How's it, everyone? This is Local, and in today's video we're going to be making a Explode Totem Bow, but for the poison version this time. And today it's going to be for Robin. The mods on this one are going to be slightly different. It's going to similarly have +1 level of socketed gems, but this one's going to have damage over time, and then chaos damage over time multiplier, and then we're going to bench on with multi-mod, +2 level of socketed gems, and then I think chaos dot. Some people say that you should rather go for poisons deal damage faster, but I'm not 100% sure. Again, I haven't played the build yet, but I'm gonna do what the client asks for. So we're gonna make that. So first steps first, we need to apply Hunter Influence to this thing. So we got a Hunter Exalt. If you haven't watched the previous video, there is a trick where you can use a cheaper orb and then use Harvest to re-roll the influence, but I didn't want to take a gamble on that. That was a 1 divine orb. So now we have the correct influence, and now the fun starts. Now we have to alt spam for tier 1 damage over time, and this is about a 1 in 250, I think. Yes, about a 1 in 270 to hit it. If you want to hit that mod yourself, you're gonna have to have an item level 82 base, but it shouldn't be too bad to hit it. It's not like trying to hit Tailwind or something like that. Tier 4 Chaos Dot, alright. Now, if you do want to save some money, the mod we're trying to hit is a suffix. So if you hit a prefix like this with an open suffix, you can just use an augment, but alts are so cheap this league that you probably lose money with the time you waste by clicking the alts. So we're just going raw dog with the alterations. There's damage over time multiplier, but it is tier 3, and I've forgotten how to do the regex where it highlights the specific mod. Whoa, that's really good. Poisons you inflict deal damage faster. Chaos dot. Let's just Regal on +1. Socketed bow gems? Oh no! This is so good for some builds, but it's not exactly what we want. These 3 mods alone apparently is 10 divides. Look, if this was a different league, I would have sold that 1,000,000%. I would have multi-modded that and sold it off. However, in Crucible League, this has a very, very specific tree, and this base alone is worth several divines, so I can't just go sell it off. But any other league, if you have something like that happen to you on a weapon, finish that craft, sell it off. Here we have tier 5 damage over time multiplier. I still wonder if we should swap for the poisons deal damage faster, because apparently this build hits the dot cap really easily, so having your things deal damage faster is actually better, but wow, dictators, let's just Regal on flaring. Nope. Regaled on tier 3, but I mean, we'll figure it out. Luckily this is a very easy craft, so if our friend Robin decides he wants to change it, it's not too expensive. Just a bit of a pain in the butt. Alright, we have run out of our first 500. Let's get some more. Tier 1, we've got it. However, we're in a bit of a yucky spot. We have to annul this prefix. No! Alright, back to the start. And it's only going to get worse from there. This is a cheap step, but it's a pain in the butt. It's... Oh, we got it back. Please, game. Yay! Alright. Okay, so we have our tier 1 isolated. However, now we need to do that again. So we need to Regal this. I'll explain why. But we've Regaled. And now we need to annul off the fire damage. Please. Yes! Oh, that could have been so painful. But now we have our isolated tier 1 damage over time multiplier. So that is the probably potentially excruciating part, because it does take quite a few hundred to just see this mod. Then you have to Regal to make it rare, and then annul off whatever you Regal. So if you want to be a bit safer, you can make an imprint of the magic item before you go for the Regal and Annul. However, with the price of alts being so cheap, rather just alt spam it again if you fail, unless you're really rich and have more time, more currency than time. So anyway, next step. Now we need to grab 3 divines and 2 exalties, and we're going to get our prefixes now. And the way we do this, we go 3 crafted modifiers, and then we're going to go cannot roll attack modifiers. Now, our suffixes are full, and with cannot roll attack modifiers, there are only 2 modifiers we can hit on our prefixes. One of those is going to be +1 level of socketed gems. The other one is going to be chaos damage over time multiplier, which is going to be a random tier. I think there's 4 tiers, obviously hoping for tier 1. But let's see, first slam +1 or damage over time. Chaos dot tier 4. Oh. Pain champion. I mean, it's 30% less, but let me just speak to Mr. Robin and find out if he's okay with this. All right, Robin confirmed we're going to keep it. Again, I think this build hits the dot cap really comfortably and easily. That the amount of dot that we're getting on this bow is probably going to be excessive. So, tier 4, a bit sad, but we're going to slam it again. We're going to get that +1 like that. So now our prefixes are pretty much done. We have chaos dot, +1 level of socketed gems, and damage over time. If you get to this stage and you slam tier 4 chaos dot and you really wanted tier 1, you kind of just have to go for the Annul. What you could do is go remove crafted mods, prefixes cannot be changed, and then scour, but then I think you end up with a magic item again, so at that point you might as well just restart the whole craft. But it's fine. We're here, and we have to finish this bow. So the final mods we're first going to have to go remove crafted mods, like that. Then we're going to go 3 crafted modifiers, like that, and then we're going to go level of socketed support gems. This costs 2 exalts. And then the final mod is going to be chaos damage over time. Again, I'm not 100% sure. Anyone who's playing the build, please do chip in. Is this an excessive amount of dot for this bow? It is what everyone seems to be using, but I have heard some people say different things, like trap throwing speed can actually be better. Trap throwing speed can be a better suffix if you hit that dot cap, but I'm not 100% sure. And this is what we agreed on. So damage over time, we're going to go chaos damage over time, and it is done. Here's our wonderful bow. So actually a very deterministic craft. I know people hate it when I use that word, but there is a way you can 100% make this item. So last time I forgot to do a price check. Can you believe it? So ignoring the Crucible Tree, right? This is the stuff that makes this base important, but we can still have a look. So we have +1, +2 socketed, damage over time, multi, and chaos dot. And let's hop over to the trade site. And so you can see this is 6 divines for this item. However, does it have the exploding totem? It does not. So what we need to add to this is and totem explode crucible 200%. I think it's this one, 600%. Now let's see what these cost. So 8.5 divines, 8.9 divines. Yeah, so this is the fact that these are also similarly priced indicates that it is a very deterministic craft. The thing that's going to basically differ and make these bows slightly different is going to be the tree, the Crucible Tree, and then the base type. So Maraketh is really nice. You have the increased movement speed. It does have a high dex requirement. Other bases, you might have a lower dex requirement, which will be a plus for some builds. But yeah, this probably sell for about 8 divines. However, this does have another modifier that is really important, which is 2 totems, Crucible. So skills that would summon a totem have a 70% chance to summon 2 totems instead. This is great quality of life, and now you'll see, now it's 14 divines, just because it has a better tree. And that's what we have on our bow. So, as you can see, totem life, totem explode 600%, and 70% chance to summon 2 totems instead. So our friend paid 4 divines for the base, and then we spent, he gave me 20 divines, which I then converted into all of this stuff. We have 8 divines left over, and then another divine over here. So we spent about seven-ish divines to make it and the bow. So it was about 11 divines to craft. If you wanted to resell it, he could sell it for 14. And if we got a higher tier of Chaos Dot, it'll be worth more. So that's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to like and subscribe. Let me know if you're playing this build, if you would have done this craft differently, if there's different modifiers that would have worked better for it. But thank you again to Robin for this cool craft. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Stay safe. Bye-bye.
Ranching exile, you're making me nervous.